is he figured, okay, this is a comet that's going to be back in another 76 years.
He figured out that the three comets were actually the same comet.
The same comet.
Halley was so certain of the comet's orbit that he made a bold prediction. He said the comet would return in the year 1758.
And guess what?
It was.
The comet came back.
On April 10th, 1815, the mountain shone so bright from a distance with burning rocks spewed into the ocean, causing the sea level drastically arose up to 4 meters. The sounds of the outburst could be heard up to Sumbawa Island through the island furthest. The colonial Duchess in Yogyakarta was shocked and mistook it as the sound of fired cannon from enemy's attack, and immediately started the preparations of war.
American J. Sterling Morton answered the call, organizing the first Arbor Day in the United States. On April 10, 1872, an estimated 1 million trees were planted in Nebraska. From there, National Arbor Day picked up steam nationwide as conservationists championed the holiday as a means of educating Americans about the importance of trees in the face of the widespread destruction of American forests.
But RMS Titanic was a celebrity even before she sank. Built in Belfast, Ireland by Harland & Wolff for cruise giant's White Star Line, she was a triumph of engineering and the limitless ambition of the times. The Ship of Dreams was the largest floating vessel of her day and the hottest ticket in town when, on the 10th of April 1912, she set sail on her maiden voyage for New York from Southampton in England, a city ravaged by the disaster that followed.
Two in the afternoon on April 10, 1919, Emiliano Zapata, accompanied by a small convoy, arrived at the gates of the hacienda of Chinameca, seen here, where Colonel Jesus Guajardo, pretending to be a Zapatista and offering him weapons, had invited him to lunch. Zapata paid no heed to the warnings of possible betrayal. Standing at attention in 2 rows, Guajardo's troops presented arms, but then immediately aimed their rifles at Emiliano Zapata and his escorts, firing 2 rounds.
Published in 1925, The Great Gatsby is famous for being one of the finest American novels of the 20th century. Jay Gatsby and Daisy Buchanan are characters that linger in the memory.
The lifting of the last major obstacle in the Suez Canal was watched by United Nations officials Dr. Bunch and Mr. Hammarskjöld, together with the Emergency Force Commander General Burns. The vessel was the Edgar Bonnet, which was sunk last November when Colonel Nasser sabotaged the canal. The job was a difficult one. She's reported to have had explosives on board, but eventually they got her up. Astonishing what grows on a ship underwater out there in a few months, a bumper harvest. Anyway, the canal was now ready for navigation by big ships.
From London comes the report that Paul McCartney has left the Beatles, according to a front-page article in the Daily Mirror. This story was just issued tonight, and the article published in the early editions of the Friday morning newspaper said that McCartney would announce his decision in a no-holds-barred statement tomorrow. "I have no future plans to record or appear with the Beatles again, or to write any more music with John Lennon," the Mirror quoted McCartney's statement.
The American team, while traveling through Asia, was invited by Premiers Zhou and Lai to play against the Chinese team. That team was the first group of people in 20-odd years that had set foot in China.
Mao's offer conveyed the regards of the Chinese people to the American people. The televised tour showed the new, friendly face of China to the world.